Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Becca. This is Cole, my lovely assistant, and he's going to sit right down in front of the camera. Typical. So I have, if you haven't seen from the thumbnail, a ton of Book of the Month boxes. You're probably like, why do you have so many? Because I signed myself up, my boyfriend, and my mom up, all for Book of the Month, and neither one of them read, but I do, so I signed them up so I can get more books. So two of these are from last month because they said that they had like an influx of people sign up for this, and they, oh, my dog's sitting on my lap, and they had some backup with shipping. So some of these took a little bit of time. So let's start with the ones from last month. Say hi, Cole. So this one is not in the box. I took the box out of the box because I needed the box for shipping something. So they always put in this little pamphlet telling you about the history of Book of the Month and every single new box that you get. And they always, you got your bookmark like normal. So this was one of the books from last month called True Biz. And I'll read the inside. It says, True Biz, the students at the River Valley School for the Deaf just want to hook up, pass their history finals, and have politicians, doctors, and their parents stop telling them what to do with their bodies. This revolutionary novel plunges readers into the halls of a residential school for the deaf, where they meet Charlie, a rebellious transfer student who's never met another deaf person before. Austin, the school's golden boy, his world is rocked when his baby sister's born hearing. In February, the headmistress, who is fighting to keep her school open and her marriage intact, but might not be able to do both, as a series of crises, both personal and political, threatens to unravel each of them. Charlie, Austin, and February find their lives intractable from one another's and change forever. It's a story of sign language and lip reading, this building civil rights, isolation and justice, first love and loss, and above all, great persistence, daring and joy, absorbing and assured, idiosyncratic and relatable. This is an unforgettable journey into the deaf community and a universal celebration of human connection. Sounds like a pretty good book, different than what I normally read, but I'm kind of excited to see what this is all about, and I love the cover of it. My dog's a mess right now. So another book I got was Malibu Rising. So this was called Taylor Jenkins Reid. Another YouTuber recommended this author, and I was like, might as well try it. So Malibu, August 1983, is the day of Nina Riviera's annual end of summer party. In anticipation is at a fever pitch. Everyone wants to be around the famous Rivieras. Nina, the talented surfer and supermodel, brothers Jay and Hood, one of championship surfer, the other renowned photographer, and adored baby sister Kit. Together, the siblings are a source of fascination in Malibu and the world over, especially as the offspring of the legendary singer Mick Riva. It's Riva. The only person not looking forward to the party of the year is Nina herself, who never wanted to be the center of attention, and has just been very publicly abandoned by her pro tennis player husband. Oh, and maybe Hud, because it is long past time for him to confess something to the brother from whom he's been inseparable since birth. Jay, on the other hand, is counting the minutes until nightfall when the girl he can't stop thinking about promised she'll be there. And Kit has a couple secrets of her own, including a guest she invited without consulting anyone. By midnight, the party will be completely out of control. By morning, the Riva mansion will have gone up in flames, but before that first spark, in the early hours before dawn, the alcohol will flow, the music will play, and the love and secrets that shaped this family's generations will all come rising to the surface. Malibu Rising is a story about one unforgettable night in the life of a family, the night they each have to choose what they will keep from the people who made them and what they have to leave behind. This sounds freaking amazing. It happens all in one day. Heard great things about this author too. So great that I got another one of her books from Book of the Month. This is called The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And same author. Love the cover. And it says, aging and reclusive Hollywood movie icon Evelyn Hugo is finally ready to tell the truth about her glamorous and scandalous life. But when she chooses unknown magazine reporter Monica Grant for the job, no one is more astounded than Monica herself. Why her? Why now? Monica is not exactly on top of the world. Her husband has left her, and her professional life is going nowhere. Regardless of why Evelyn has selected her to write her biography, Monique is determined to use this opportunity. Monique. This opportunity to jumpstart her career. Summoned to Evelyn's luxurious Manhattan apartment, Monique listens in fascination as Evelyn tells her story. From making her way to Los Angeles in the 1950s to her decision to leave show business in the 80s, and of course, the 7 husbands along the way. Evelyn unspools a tale of ruthless ambition, unexpected friendship, and a great forbidden love. Monique begins to feel a very real connection to the legendary star. But as Evelyn's story nears its conclusion, it becomes clear that her life intersects with Monique's own in tragic and versatile ways. Written with Reed's signature talent for creating complex, likable characters, this is a mesmerizing journey through the splendor of old Hollywood and the harsh realities of the present day as 2 women struggle with what it means and what it costs to face the truth. This author sounds amazing because both of these books sound amazing. I think there's a 3rd one by her on Book of the Month. And by the way, I don't know if I told you in the beginning, Book of the Month, you can pick one from the 5 to 7 books that they choose for that month. If you don't like any of them, you can choose from the past month, and then you can also add on 2 additional books. And for all 3 books, it costs about $35 for 3 hardback books. That's about the price of 1 hardback book. So that is an amazing deal. Just watch my time. So next is a book that is my box that I set up for my boyfriend. So he got the same thing. He got another one of the bookmarks, as always. And this is the last Taylor Jenkins Reid book that I got, Daisy Jones and the Six. So this is a book of the year for 2019, so it is a little bit older. Everyone knows Daisy Jones and the Six. The band's album Aurora came to define the rock and roll era of the late 70s. An entire generation of girls wanted to grow up to be Daisy. But no one knows the reason behind the group's split on the night of their final concert at Chicago Stadium on July 12, 1979, until now. Daisy is a girl coming of age in LA in the late 60s, sneaking in clubs on the Sunset Strip, sleeping with rock stars, and dreaming of singing at the Whiskey A Go Go. The sex and drugs are thrilling, but it's the rock and roll she loves most. By the time she's 20, her voice is getting noticed, and she has a kind of heedless beauty that makes people do crazy things. Also getting noticed is the Six, a band led by brooding Billy Dune. On the eve of their first tour, his girlfriend Camila finds out she's pregnant, and with the pressure of impending fatherhood and fame, Billy goes a little wild on the road. Daisy and Billy cross paths when the producer realizes that the key to supercharged success is to put the 2 together. What happens next will become the stuff of legend. Making of that legend is chronicled in the riveting and unforgettable novel written as an oral history of one of the biggest bands of the 70s. Taylor Jenkins Reid is a talented writer who takes her work to a new level with Daisy Jones and the Six, brilliant, capturing in a place and time an utterly distinctive voice. I've heard this is an amazing book too, so I'll see if I like her or not. This is all the books that she had on the Book of the Month. I heard great things about her, so I'm hoping I love these books as much as people said that they liked them. So the next one is, looking for the box I want. This one. This is actually my box from Book of the Month. Their boxes are always the same, always blue. And I think I had 7 books to choose from this month of May. So the one that I got is the Hacienda in my box. And this is, let me read the inside to you. Mexican Gothic meets Rebecca in this debut supernatural suspense novel set in the aftermath of Mexican War of Independence. About a remote house, a sinister haunting, and the woman pulled into their clutches. During the overthrow of the Mexican government, Beatrice's father was executed and her home destroyed. When handsome Don Rodolfo Solizarno proposes, Beatrice ignores the rumors surrounding his first wife's sudden death, choosing instead to seize the security that his estate in the countryside provides. She will have her own home again no matter the cost. But Hacienda San Isidorito is not the sanctuary she imagined. When Rodolfo returns to work in the capital, visions and voices invade Beatrice's sleep. The weight of invisible eyes follow her every move. Rodolfo's sister Lena scoffs at Beatrice's fears. But why does she refuse to enter the house at night? Why does the cook burn copal incense at the edge of the kitchen and mark the doorway with strange symbols? What really happened to the first Donna's soul is there no. Beatrice only knows two things for certain. Something is wrong with the hacienda and no one there will save her. Desperate for help, she clings to the young priest, Padre Andres, as an ally. No ordinary priest, Andres will have to rely on his skills as a witch to battle the malevolent presence haunting the hacienda. Far from refuge, San Estirado may be Beatrice's doom. So this definitely sounds interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna love it, but it sounds interesting. I decided to try it. I think I got this book for free this month. I think I had a credit or something. And also, I got some new pens because I referred my boyfriend, so they sent me pens and this book. And I also got Simone St. James. I got 2 more of her books. I'm actually reading one of her books now, and it is flipping amazing. I recommend her, so I'm excited for other books. The Sundown Motel. Something hasn't been right at the roadside Sundown Motel for a very long time, and Carly Kirk is about to find out why is this chilling new novel from best-selling and award-winning author of The Broken Girls. Upstate New York, 1982. Viv wants to move to New York, and to help pay for it, she takes a job as a night clerk at the Sundown Motel in New York, but something isn't right at the motel, something haunting and scary. Upstate New York, 2017. Carly Kirk has never been able to let go of the story of her aunt Viv, who mysteriously disappeared from the Sundown before she was born. Carly decides to move to Fell and visit the motel, where she quickly learns that nothing has changed since 1982, and she soon finds herself ensnared in the same mysteries that claimed her aunt. So, if it's as good as the book I'm reading right now, you should love it. Last one is The Broken Girls. These are all 3 books that Simone St. James has on the website, and I don't know how many books she's written in total, but I might go and get some of like her other ones from other places. So here's this one. Vermont, 1950. There's a place for the girls whom no one wants. The troublemakers, the illegitimate, too smart for their own good. It's called Idlewood Hall. In a small town where it's located, there are rumors that the boarding school is haunted. 4 roommates bond over their whispered fears. Their budding friendship blossoming into one that mysterious disappears. Vermont, 2014. As much as she's tried, journalist Fiona Sharita can't stop revisiting the events surrounding her elder sister's death. 20 years ago, her body was found dumped in the overgrown fields near the ruins of Idlewood Hall. Though her sister's boyfriend was tried and convicted of murder, Fiona can't shake the suspicion that something was never right about the case. So that sounds amazing. And always in a book, there's 2 different perspectives. There's one from like back in the 1900s, and then there's always present day. And she always does a good job with that. So this next box is my mom's, and they had some actually really amazing books this month. So here is the bookmark of the month, and it is Darling Girl. This is actually a twist on Wendy, and it kind of tells the story about Wendy and her father. Actually, it's told by Wendy's granddaughter, Holly, and apparently, like, Wendy's past comes back to her, and it's all about that. It seems actually very interesting. I'm excited to read this book. I'm crunched on time, that's why I'm not reading that side anymore. Book of Night. And I think this is about Charlie Hall, this girl that has lived a life where she's, made bad decisions, picked locks, and apparently one of people from her past shows up and is not a good person, and she ends up murdering people and trying to out-determine this person to survive, and it's just about her whole life, like, trying to out-survive this person. Love the cover, so I'm excited about that. The last one was Lessons in Chemistry. Very different than what I'm used to reading. So it's about a chemist in the 1960s, and she works with all these males, and she's not able to make it because being a female in the male world in the 1960s just doesn't work. So she ended up quitting her science career. She ended up getting pregnant, becoming a single mother, and now she owns a cooking show with an unusual approach. She has like a scientific approach to it. So she's in here like trying to change the status quo of woman and trying to show that you can be a single mother, and it sounds good. So I really just bought it because I love the front. So we'll see if I like it. Definitely different than what I'm used to reading, because I usually read thriller, suspense, all that type of stuff. So the last three are from my boyfriend's box this month, and I also got the thriller from this month. They had a lot of good books this month. So this is about this woman that goes and climbs Everest, I believe, and one of the climbers dies in a freak accident, but turns out it's not a freak accident. It is someone killed them, and it's about them trying to figure out who killed that person. So it sounds interesting. I wonder who killed them. The Invisible Life of Addie Laurel. I believe this book is about, so it's about this woman named Addie who makes a deal with someone where she can actually live forever, but catches no one remembers who she is. So she's living a life where, you know, she just lives on forever and ever, and finally someone recognizes her, and it changes her whole outcome on life. It's called The Invisible Life of Addie Laurel. And then the last one is It Ends With Us. It's a Colleen Hoover book. She wrote Verity, which I loved, and I heard great things about her other books. So this is a love story, even though I'm not like huge on love stories. About this woman that she tries to start a new relationship, and the person that she was in a relationship before ends up showing up, and it's going to maybe make or break the relationship she's in. I hope I like it. Hopefully it's a fast-paced book. I'm excited for all my books. I have 13 books to read, plus I have one left over from March. So I have a lot of reading to do, and this was a long video. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me know if you're reading these books, what you thought of them, because I would love to hear from you guys. And I gotta go. So I gotta go meet my parents for a late lunch, and I hope you have a wonderful